More top 5 add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator that you need to try out. Today we've got a fascinating mix of add-ons that improve the overall user experience of Microsoft Flight Simulator, to incredible military scenery, to a very special fighter jet. Add-ons make Microsoft Flight Simulator even better. You guys love these videos and I love making them. If you're new around here, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. You know the drill, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with the latest flight simulation and aviation videos. But now, let's hop into our first add-ons. Now, this add-on holds a special place in my heart. Welcome to Royal Air Force Lakenheath, which is operated by the United States Air Force here in my home area. Now, you may be wondering, I'm in the UK, why is there a United States Air Force base here? The answer basically is politics and NATO. Now, I understand military bases aren't for everyone. Some of you may not find yourselves ever coming here. But, as always, you can download it in the description. I've actually had the privilege of being able to have a tour of this base. I spent a good 6 hours on here taking a look at most of the departments. It was great fun. I started off in this building here, but I'm not going to say much more about it. I don't really think I can. But yeah, it was a great day. Now, this add-on really does live up to those standards, with fantastic hardened aircraft shelters, like down there, with the ramps filled with the beautiful F-15s. Now, if you've got the DC Designs F-15, this really is the place to come and fly it. I mean, just look at the detail on these bad boys. They look really nice. It's just incredible. This is a fantastic add-on. I think you could even start up on the sim in here by placing your aircraft in the hangar on the world map. And to make it even better, we've even got lit up hangars. I mean, this is superb. I would generally pay for this add-on. Now, Lakenheath itself has got one main runway, and it sees constant use. It is a really active Air Force base. This really is a perfect add-on. I've fallen in love with it. I love flying out of Lakenheath. But now, let's move on to our next add-on. So, some of you may have spotted this aircraft as we were flying over Lakenheath with the drone camera. It is the Dornier Alpha Jet. Now, I've taken a look at this aircraft on its individual video before, but this is really getting better and better. Now, it's still in its early beta phases. We've now got a working cockpit. It's been really nice to see this progress on. Let's take it for a flight. Now, it has to be said, for a freeware fighter jet in its early stages, this is really promising, with fantastic sounds, including the rumble of that jet engine. It flies really well. It is a really nice aircraft to fly, and as you can see, we've got moving instruments. It's not perfect, but this is a freeware add-on. I highly recommend it. Let's go take it for a landing now. Fighter jets are never my forte, but I do find them really fun. They're just generally fun to mess around in. It's a really fantastic aircraft. Performance-wise, it's really good. You guys can look out the window and see the very limited amounts of lag. Now, lining up with the Air Force base, we are very high, but we're going to do it. We're in a fighter jet, so anything is really possible. The only thing I would say is that it's a bit sensitive at times, but that's probably just because I'm used to the airliners. Here we go, coming on the ground now. I think we're a bit too quick. There we go, we made it on the ground. It wasn't too bad of a landing. We were very quick though. I'm not too sure how fast. I wasn't keeping an eye on the speed indicator, but anyway, let's move on to our next add-on. So our next add-on brings us onto an application, Little Nav Map. I've used this for ages now, and then I realised it's compatible with Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I have to say it is a must-have application if you want to get serious into flight simming. It's completely free, as with all of these, and you can see it's picked up where we are. Now, it's basically an integrated flight planner and map. It even picks up all the boats we've got around and the AI air traffic, although I've got that turned off at the moment. I mean, picking up AI boats, that's just great fun, and it even tells you what they are. AI multiplayer ship, so if you want to do some boat or plane tracking, you've really got the app for it. Now, of course, that's not its main function. You can see its main function is to show you the airports, and it gives you all of the details. So we're here at Lakenheath Air Force Base. You can see my horrific flight plan coming out of Lakenheath, turning finally onto final after I lost the Air Force Base. I think I might have been looking at Mildenhall, but it gives you ILS information. If we right click this, show information for ILS, you get the ILS information come up here. You can create flight plans really well, IFR or VFR. You can edit the map to show you airspace by clicking that. A bit too crowded for me. I only like to keep it on if I'm on VATSIM or whatever, so normally I just turn that off, and you can see, you can change it, you can put the filters on or off, and you can really customise it to how you want. On top of that, you can add aircraft to fill in your logbook. You can even move your aircraft about. You could do it with Microsoft Flight Simulator X. I'm not too sure if you can do it now. You used to be able to. But I do find that makes your aircraft a bit laggy at times, as it's got to load in all the new stuff. I'm not kidding, it seriously is a fantastic application. I do highly recommend it. It might seem a bit intimidating with all these numbers and charts everywhere, but trust me, you're not going to regret it. If you want to set up a flight plan, all you need to do is right click the airport and set it as your departure. Then of course you can go to your arrival airport. Let's just go random and go Dublin. We'll set that as our destination. We get a nice line. You can of course add points on the way there, so let's just add Carno over near Ellesmere. We'll add that waypoint, and you can see it pops up. Now this really is, I mean, it just gets better and better, because down here we get an elevation profile. Now these are used in real life. They're kind of in Microsoft Flight Simulator, or they're not 100% there. And you can move over you can change your elevation, you can change your cruising altitude. Also shows you your terrain. Then of course you can export this flight plan and put it into Microsoft Flight Simulator SimBrief or whatever. And it's just perfect. It is really good. It's really good if you want to start getting into serious simming using real world procedures. It gives you all your weather and everything. I cannot recommend it enough. It's probably one of the best add-ons out there. So far we've had quite a military themed episode with a military USAF or RAF base. It's kind of a bit of both, and of course this fantastic little jet. It's very agile. And little nav map, I cannot recommend that one enough. I mean, the developers on that really have done their bit for the flight simming community. That is fantastic. And we're now going to move over to Romania to take a look at a very interesting airport. I don't normally kind of film in that part of the world, but I found this beautiful airport, so let's move over there. Now, isn't this just beautiful? It's one of the smallest commercial airports I've really showcased on this video that serves international traffic. Welcome to Satu Airport in beautiful Romania. Now, you might think with an airport of this size, it's not going to serve many places. You'd be wrong. There's even destinations such as London operated by Wizz Air, which is why the Wizz Air A320 is sitting on the stand now. You'd struggle to fit 4 A320s here, but it can be done. So if you really want to push this airport to the limits, it's certainly possible. I mean, the developer has done a fantastic job here. Realistic looking car park and front of the airport terminal with buses sat there. It's a really good handcrafted airport. Now, it's not perfect, and the developer have said they are still working on it, so there's plenty of work to still be done. But hey, we get some sort of interior, and that is always fun to have. I mean, just look at the A320 sat out there. It does look really nice. Aeroportal International Satu Mare, I'm not too sure if I'm pronouncing that right, is a really nice and small international airport. I've got to be honest, it's probably not an airport I'll fly to many times, but it's always here for the offering. With a nice long runway as well, you could probably squeeze a 747 on there. And just a beautiful landscape surrounding it. Really magnificent. I mean, it's really in the middle of nowhere, and that only adds to the fun. Now, Satu Mare City is also one of the biggest in Romania, I think, so it's of course got its demand. And those special walkways over there, I'm not too sure what they are, but they're just great. I mean, this is a lot of fun. So, there is my fourth add-on. Let's move on to my final one. And this is really simple. It's not going to take long to go through. Basically, you guys know you get that white little arrow on the top of the screen whenever you move your mouse. Now, this is a simple add-on that just removes that. It removes the handbar, as they call it. I cannot recommend this one enough because that handbar ruins the realism of the sim, in my opinion. Just when you're moving your mouse, you don't want to see it. Now, it doesn't actually remove the process of you putting your mouse up there and it appearing. That still happens. That's still slightly annoying. I prefer it if you could click and it would appear. In my opinion, that would be better. But it's nice to just see this handbar removed. It's a really simple add-on, I'm not going to lie. I mean, it doesn't require much talking, but there is my fifth and final add-on. Simple but really effective, and certainly improves the realism of the sim. Just looking at this beautiful A320 really does put a smile on my face. But there we have it, guys, more top 5 add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Let's have a bit of fun. I'm now putting aviation trivia into all my videos. Today's question is, what is the world's oldest airline? It's an easy one for many, I'm sure, but some of you may not know. Put it down in the comments. I'd like to say a massive thank you to all of you for watching. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe. And also thank you to my channel members. My first class channel members get a shout out. Here you go on the screen now. You can become a business class or first class channel member by hitting that join button for exclusive perks. If you want to support the channel, you can also consider donating via Buy Me a Coffee. But for me today, that is all. Bye bye.